The Bianco is interesting from the standpoint that it was something that was a bit of a marketing invention on the Chambray side of things. So, give the French credit for creating the Bianco. It's on a white wine base, and then you would go ahead and aromatize it. The herbs that are used tend to be less earthy than with kind of your normal darker sweet vermouth. So it's meant to be more of a lighter, clear expression that was actually meant to be marketed towards the upper society women in the large cities in Europe. Now, most of the Bianco recipes that we uncovered tended to slant towards or make heavy use of vanilla top notes, for example. But sometimes, at least in our opinion and the opinion of a number of bartenders, that can tend to slant a little more towards the cloying side because, understand that vanilla on its own isn't sweet, but the perfuminess or the aroma of vanilla gives a perception of sweetness. And when you pile that on top of an already sweetened wine base, then it could tend to get a little over the top. And so bartenders find it to be a little challenging to work with sometimes because they don't want to use too much because they're afraid that they're going to over sweeten the cocktail and they're going to over perfume the cocktail with these vanilla attributes. What we uncovered was a very interesting variation on a Bianco that was more citrus forward. So the vanilla was much more in the background, and our recipe tended to be much more forward in the citrus notes, in particular grapefruit. And what we found is that it tamped down the sweetness level. It's still very much a sweet vermouth. It's not closer to dry than it is sweet vermouth. It is definitely a sweet vermouth, but it's not as cloying. And owing to the citrus and the acidic characteristic of this recipe, it has much more versatility in a cocktail setting, especially when you consider how many cocktails benefit from citric components, whether it be lemon juice or even the garnish being a lemon peel or an orange peel or something of that sort. But what it lends in characteristic to a standalone vermouth, which again is our primary goal, is it makes for a very crisp, very refreshing, very enjoyable, balanced, lighter vermouth. I mean, it just is magnificent on its own. And I don't know if I've actually tasted anyone on it that hasn't been ranging from impressed to over the moon for it. It's just a breath of fresh air in a category that tends to be just a little bit static in terms of its flavor profile and its usability.